What's up, Devils? J-Dog back to knock out some more goddamn questions. Today's questions we're going over are on the video posted. What the fuck's that? 2 weeks ago, Sweden is running circles around United Slaves of America. You got that right, goddammit. Granted, I've never been to Sweden, so I'm not going to sit there and talk like I completely know what I'm fucking talking about, but met quite a few bands over there, know a few contacts, from people we work with and shit in Sweden, and I just strongly get the vibe, dude. Like, if a lot of those guys had never been here, that are guys in the metal scene, that if they came over here, they'd just be disgusted. Like, they're just flat out disgusted. Because I actually get the vibe that real metal over there is like, I'm not going to say as fucking common as, Britney Spears or something is over here, but it just seems like not just complete stupidity obliviousness. You know what I mean? Like, what's heavier than Pantera? You'd almost get probably laughed at over there for that fucking dumbass comment. Now, are there any idiots like that over there too? Probably, or something along the likes. But I at least get the vibe that they know what shit like, even if it's a band I don't like. If it's like fucking, I don't know, At the Gates or some of the melodic Swedish metal, they just know actual real metal music. You know what I mean? They're aware of it, even if they're not a fucking fan of it. You know what I mean? So yeah, as far as that's concerned, I'm pretty sure fucking Sweden's running circles around us. Definitely a country I would love to see at some point in my lifetime. And I don't think I'm going to get over there anytime soon, but I probably will be at least once or twice. I mean, probably not twice, at least once in my lifetime. I'd like to think so. Scroll all the way to the goddamn bottom of that. That's the video we're on. And fuck me dead. I'm not seeing any question marks so far, Dead Devils. All right, here's one. It's always the same goddamn people. So the one guy that commented too, good, Shan. You only answer the same people. Same people are the only ones put fucking question marks in it. You want your shit answered? Put a question mark and not something completely stupid or something just some random fucking band that there's a good chance I may never even heard of. What do you think of this? I don't think any of them. Never heard of them. Just put an actual question I can fucking answer. Anyways, Ryan at Zerta 2. J Dizzle, common question. When I was a young buck, high school, middle school, etc., I put almost every penny I could into metal, whether it be vinyl, CDs, shirts, going to shows, buying instruments. The rest was for car, gas, and food. How many of these young bucks out there do the same? They don't. They listen to for free on YouTube and shit like that. I doubt they are dedicated as we were / still are. We didn't have the luxury of streaming free tunes in our day, you fucking young bucks. Yeah, I mean, I would say it's a little bit of both. I mean, there's definitely some young guys that buy music. You know what I mean? I know that for a fact because we sell it and I've met them and I've seen them. But honestly, it's kind of like even back in our day. I don't know if you remember. Like, I always found it weird. To me, like, so we started going to shows. Part of it is I was too young and couldn't get it, but like, I always found it super fucking weird. As it's funny because like when I was like 13, 14, 15 at these shows. A lot of guys, I'm not going to mention any fucking names whatsoever, that were at the shows all the time too. I'm assuming, again, I've told this before, I thought they're like 40 years old, right? But you come to break, when you do, now that I'm older and just, you ask their age and you're talking, I'm like, oh, you're like 8, 9 years older than me. Like, so at that time too, so if let's say at the time I was 15. I mean, I started going to shows when I was 13, but really started to get to know a lot of the guys in the scene by age 15. So let's say they're 10 years older than me. They're 25. To me, 25 is a fucking, you're young, in my opinion. Not that I'm some wise old man, but when I think 25, that even when I was 25, that seems like quite a long time ago now. You're still a young fucking buck. And I damn sure wasn't fucking burnt out at fucking 25. What I'm getting at is a lot of these guys that were at all the fucking shows. I remember like me, Eric, and Chase going to all the merch stands and shit like that by the bands and buying the new album, a fucking tour shirt, just shit that they had for sale, an LP, something like that. And someone would comment, "Oh yeah, what'd you get?" or whatever. And I'm always gonna say, "Why did you buy anything?" Like, "Oh man, yeah, I can't afford it. Don't got enough money." But meanwhile, they would be at the bar and they would buy 3, 4, 5 beers. What are beers at the fucking bar at that time? At least fucking $4 a piece. Then you're tipping the chick $1 minimum. That's $5. They had 4. That's $20. There's your shirt right there. CD $10 right there. I always thought always was in the back of my mind. Dude, a real metalhead wouldn't be buying some stupid fucking beers over a record that you're gonna have forever. Like, imagine if it's like, what's a CD I bought right at the show? Well, Skinless. When I first saw Skinless, Progression Towards Evil, I bought that CD when I first saw them open up for Mortician, right? Probably a $10 CD. Bought it, had them sign it. I have this that I have that disc to this day. That piece of history, that memory, have it. Can still listen to it, hold it, see it in my hand to this day. The fucking dickhead that was there last night and bought 3 beers for $15, who couldn't afford the CD, has nothing. He has nothing to show for it. It's just I always thought like you're just wasting your money. Like if you don't be drinking the stupid beers if you can't afford the metal first. The metal comes first, then the beers. If you can afford both, like I can afford both now, no problem. Then you're golden. But if you can only afford one, you go with the metal, goddammit. That was always my mindset. Always. Just like fucking Dawn of the Dead back in the day, tell me when he was like a kid, like 12, 13 years old, he'd his mom gave him lunch money for school every day, right? Skipped lunch every day, just didn't even eat. Saved it all up every Friday, took his little tricycle down to his record store. So we'd buy records. And so we bought Possessed 7 Churches. I had very, very similar mindset. Like, yeah, what do you waste your money on stupid shit? I don't need to fucking eat. I'll eat when I get home. You know what I mean? When I was 13, that's what I was thinking back then. I don't know, whatever mom cooked for dinner, I'll just eat that. I'll find something in the fridge. Fuck that. Probably why I get along with the guy, shit like that. Just similar as a youth, just grew up. Like, yeah, what are you doing? Metal comes first. So, but I'm sure I know there's young guys that are still like that. I think it's kind of the same. It's just instead of in our day, I think how they're hearing them. In all honesty, I think a lot of the guys they probably weren't even like the true posers, like what you're saying, that don't buy the music at all. They would just go over a friend's house and listen to it and act cool or whatever. Maybe they'd get a dub cassette or a burnt CDR. That's at best. Some of them they probably just wouldn't even listen to. Because I'm telling you, I've met guys I know for a fucking fact. Especially the chicks really fall in this category. Not all. I've definitely met some fucking true devilettes, but a lot of them they I like this band, I like that band, I like that, but they don't have anything. At best, they heard it. Yeah, I mean, I've had it where I'm not even joking, dude. That they'll claim they like shit. No names mentioned. I'm not gonna do this. Let's just put this way. It's more common than not. They claim they like shit. You put it on, like just say I don't know, wait 6 months or whatever. Just randomly put it on when they're around. They don't even know what you're listening to. You ask me, don't tell them what you put it on. Who are we listening to? They can't answer it. They have no idea. Dude, I've done that many times for people that you'd be shocked for, too. And I'm not talking like put on something like, oh, they didn't know the Hemorrhage demo or something. I'm not talking about shit like that. I'm talking about obvious shit, like a Morbid Angel album or something like that. I'm not even joking. I've done it. I've had guys that claim to be metal as fuck. I'm not going to mention names. Know who they are. I'm literally playing Punch and Stench for God Your Soul. They kind of claim when they like it. They come in the shop and they're ripping on it. So you liked it when we were kids. Not going to say who this is. I was like, oh, okay. Didn't even know it was. I think it's kind of was, what is this? Some later shitty Cannibal Corpse? First off, doesn't sound anything like fucking Cannibal Corpse. It's a legendary fucking masterpiece, and you claimed you used to like it. You'd be surprised. So it kind of answered your question. That's I think it's similar, just instead of like A, not listening to it at all, or B, not getting a dubbed cassette or a burnt CDR, they're just YouTubing it. But yeah, if you're truly passionate about this music, I call it a lifestyle because that's kind of what it is. You know what I mean? You collect records, you collect CDs, you buy T-shirts. Why? Just because, and I've said it before, it's not that you have to enjoy the music. It's not that they don't like the music if they listen on YouTube. I know people that like, for example, like Dawn of the Dead doesn't collect shit anymore. He's kind of just whatever. He wants his house as empty as possible because he's a world traveler, but he definitely still likes the music and kind of putting his time, right? It doesn't make you like a fucking poser or whatever. It's just, in my mind, what else are you spending your money on? Like, what other, like, you always make sure you pay your bills, take care of your family, you're feeding yourself, you're not some fucking bum. Make sure you actually have a decent place you live in, fucking not some shit ass a fucking apartment. I know people don't even have that. Again, no names fucking mentioned. Decent place to live in, you're paying your fucking bills, and after that, you even still have a little bit of side money every month to put in a savings account or something because you're going to need it for a rainy day. What happens if you break your leg? What happens if you get fucking cancer? Oh, great. Now you got to need a GoFundMe. Fuck that. A real man doesn't put up GoFundMe. Real man takes care of himself. So you don't have any of that bullshit going on. So when something comes up, and it will, you have some money set aside. Then, after that, I buy records and stuff. But at the same time, after that, so after all your bills, your big boy pants expenses, right? And saving money like an actual adult does. Not, I got fucking $500 in my name. $500 your name. You're broke, brah. What are you talking about? That's all you got? What the fuck? I mean, unless you're 16, okay, cool. But well, even at 16, I had more than that. I mean, just had a job since I was 13 and just knew how to save money, just not a fucking idiot. Um, Outside that, it's kind of like, okay, what else are you spending your money on? What, like I know what people have like other hobbies, like they like cars and shit like that. To me, it's like I just have a car that works and it's decent. Like fuck cars. I mean, that not to mention if you're really into collecting cars and shit, to me, you better be a fucking millionaire. That's a hell of an expensive hobby. So my thing, what else are you spending money on? Like you know what I mean? Like what else is there? Like so what why if this is what you're truly passionate about, I just don't get it. Just flat out don't get it. Why wouldn't you want that shit? Like then a lot of times you just see they're in a dumb shit. They're buying I don't even know the guys that claim. I'm trying to even think like what is something that they would buy that's just flat out dumb, but they claim they're in a metal. I'm trying to think of it exactly. I know there's fucking something. I was gonna say something like maybe they're buying like Air Jordan shoes or something. I don't know anyone that does that. Um, yeah, I don't know. I can't even think, but that's kind of my mindset. Yeah, as long as your bills and shit are taken care of and you're still saving money, not being basically being a mature adult, not being a fucking idiot. Yeah, leftover money. Like, why wouldn't you want the shit? I guess I do know what they're wasting money on. They're wasting their money on alcohol, weed, stupid shit, consumable stuff that it's like you're gonna have nothing to show for that. I mean, again, don't care if you smoke weed, don't care if you drink. I mean, I partake in some of that every once in a while too. But that shouldn't be like that's where the rest of your money goes. That's all you can afford. In that case, I would literally, if I had to choose $20 for this fucking this thing of alcohol over here. I have $20, so I can spend $20 for this alcohol on a Saturday night, or $20 for the new fucking Cannibal Corpse LP that just came out. I'm taking the LP every fucking time, every single fucking 120% of the time, always. And if you're truly passionate about this shit, that's you'd probably be thinking very similar wise. Otherwise, you're just to me, you're just a guy that's just looking to party. Great, you're like fucking everybody else. Go to a football game, fucking you do that there. They're all into it too. AG Parabellum. YouTube deleted my comment. God damn it. Well, yeah, really. What'd you say? Question: you got any false metal bands that you got a soft spot for? I went and checked out early Cataclysm since the dog vouched for them, and I was actually shocked. Oh, dude, the early Cataclysm shit, dude, that shit is phenomenal. But yeah, their shit now, it's just like it's borderline. Aren't they kind of like in that deathcore category? I don't know if I want to go as far as insulting them, but just definitely trendy, I guess, extreme metal. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the guy that's into fucking Pantera and Fear Factory when he thinks he's getting to something, like when he hears that, oh man, here's the heavy shit. Like that shit sucks too, dude, man. But yeah, the first two Cataclysms, Temple of Knowledge Down. Is that the second or third album? I get mixed because the Sorcery and it's a 2-on-1 for what I have. It's like an EP. So whatever that's considered, a Temple of Knowledge Down. That shit's fucking great. Temple of Knowledge would be my favorite. Well, it's also the first one I heard. That stuff's phenomenal. Don't let the cover fool you either on Temple of Knowledge. It is a fucking banger. First time I heard that, I'm like, God damn, what the fuck? This is crazy. Ain't no way that's the same band that turned into that cringe as hell mellow death, man. Yeah, no, I know. So I say, yeah, don't let it fool you. But any false metal bands that I like, I mean, I'll just put them in there because a lot of people say it in the comments is like Cradle of Filth, especially on the LCAT video, which we'll get to that video when we get to it. You know what I mean? Because I try to go online. The latest LCAT video, which is wearing a Cradle of Filth shirt, and some people put in the comments. I mean, there was the fake ex-girlfriend making comments out. She was a couple, but I think there's a couple other people saying shit too. And it's just like, dude, where you been? The early Cradle of Filth shit is tits. That shit was great. I mean, quite frankly, I would, at minimally at least, Principle of Evil Made Flesh. If you claim if you're into black metal and you don't like that, it's kind of like, get lost, bro. Get lost, poser. What are you talking about? That's one of the greatest black metal albums ever. Why? Because it's not screechy fucking bullshit Dark Throne wannabe that sounds all the same and all the songs you can't even tell apart and it's just complete fucking garbage. That's what black metal is. Count me the fuck out. I like black metal records that are great, that are character, and it's like this is the genre black metal. But I'll throw out some of my fucking favorites. So I like you could go, from Bathory to fucking Marduk to goddamn say the first Cradle of Filth to like Old Man's Child to fucking the first Niflheim. You know what I mean? All those there sound nothing alike, completely different. but great fucking songs, great fucking music, right? That's when people are like, J-Dog doesn't like black metal. What are you talking about? Yeah, I do. It's just a lot of it is complete fucking repetitive trash that has no character of its own. Don't get me wrong, death metal is guilty of it too. It's just black metal is definitely more guilty of it. You put it on, you're like, dude, this literally just sounds like everybody the fuck else. Again, I'm not saying death metal doesn't have it. It absolutely fucking does. Especially all these fucking canoes that are trying to sound like goddamn Entombed and Grave. At least with those bands, though, why they got a little bit more pass is sometimes those bands, a lot of those like newer bands are starting like 2010 and shit like that. It's just like, great, this sounds like Entombed. It sounds like the First Grave. It sounds like Dismember. They might have some like really catchy parts or something, some catchy cool riffs. Where parts of the shitty black metal stuff, it's like, this has no standout riffs whatsoever, and it sounds like 10,000 other fucking bands are heard. But like early Cradle of Filth, man, what are you talking about? It had its own original character. Didn't really sound like anyone. Bands along the ways kind of started to sound like them. You had Hecate Enthroned. Everyone said Dimmu Borgir. Dimmu Borgir is a fucking Cradle of Filth ripoff. Remember when that was going around? Don't give me. What are you talking about, J-Dog? It's not my words. I kind of thought that myself. I'm like, yeah, I guess it's similar to Cradle of Filth. It's definitely for that fan base. I'm talking 98, 99, 2000. So don't play dumb shit with me, and especially if you're fucking 20 years old when you weren't even fucking alive. I'm telling you they were saying that. The Baxter crowd and shit like that. No gay black metal t-shirts, corpse crystals. What they fucking say. So don't fucking come over here like I'm the one that invented that goddamn. Like I'm the one saying Dimmu Borgir sounds like Cradle of Filth. That's what the fuck they said. They ripped on it like no tomorrow. But like I'm saying, other than like Dimmu Borgir and Hecate Enthroned shit like that, being thrown in the Cradle of Filth camp, kind of like after Cradle of Filth in a sense. It's like nobody even sounded like them. This is a great fucking black metal band that nobody sounds like. And another thing that annoys the fuck out of me when people rip on bands, I just had this conversation with Craig years ago. Years and years ago, well over 10 years ago. It was when that fucking annoying as fuck, I've never been out in my life, but I'd hear people, I'm not sure how annoying it is now because I don't hear much about it anymore. Doesn't seem like it's as annoying, but the Nuclear War Now forum board, where 15 years ago or so, there's all these dipshit fucking tough guys that are ripping on stuff like Cradle of Filth, Cannibal Corpse, Morbid Angel, Deicide, specifically shit like that, just because they're bigger bands. Toxic Holocaust, Toxic Hollywood, because they put on Relapse Records. Meanwhile, it's the same exact style of music. These fucking idiots, though, these same fucking ass clown fucking morons will love Sarcophago. Fuck yeah, Legends. Beherit. Fuck yeah. Sarcophago, Beherit. Celtic Frost. Those bands, they get no rip-ons whatsoever. You listen to some of those later Sarcophagos, that shit is homo as hell. Beherit, Ingram, H415 equals MC squared bullshit. I don't even know what the fuck that is. And again, if you like those albums, that's fine. That's cool. Don't give a fuck. Doesn't mean you're a fucking poser in that. We sell them, and it's kind of like, I guess, dark shit or whatever. Point fucking being is, how are you ripping on a band like Deicide or Cradle of Filth? Which, honestly, even Cradle of Filth, I don't like later shit. They changed less than Sarcophago did. You take Sarcophago, Iron or Eye, and put it up against Laws of Scourge, which I actually kind of do like Laws of Scourge, even though it's just not a Sarcophago record. And then there's the Crust and the Worst. I remember it being the worst. Granted, it's been forever since I heard it. You take Iron or Eye, play it up against theirs. I'm sorry, Cradle of Filth, there was less of a change. Yes, it is different. I'm not saying whatever fucking 2016 album Cradle of Filth did compared to fucking Principle of Evil Mother Flesh, there's not a change. There's absolutely change. But I think it's less of a change than Sarcophago did. Definitely less than a change than Beherit did. Oath of Black Blood compared to fucking H415 equals MC squared bullshit. Less of a change than that. Celtic Frost. Are you out of your fucking mind? You're going to rip on Deicide, Cannibal Corpse, Cradle of Filth, hell, even shittier fucking Morbid Angel. Get the fuck out of here, brah. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of town. Jump in a lake, not in the fire. Get the fuck out of my scene. That Celtic Frost shit, that later stuff is gay as fuck. Gay as fuck. Way more total trend jumping. But fucking Cannibal Corpse, Bloodthirst, ripping on them, and that's what they would do. And I'm like, dude, you guys don't even make fucking sense. Again, it's totally fine if you like, oh, I don't like any Cannibal Corpse, or I like just the Barnes albums, or I only like Tomb of the Mutilated. Whatever, that's fine. Deicide, I don't like the first album. The rest are kind of boring. That's fine. I don't give a shit. But you don't get the fucking rip on those bands and call them out, calling them sellouts, and they did nothing. They suck. They're shit. Cradle of Filth was never good. Talking about the first fucking 4 albums are phenomenal. I don't know what fucking world you live in, but you're allowed to not like them. But you're not allowed to fucking rip on them, but yet the fucking bands you're hailing as the Vault Tough Underground, you're only true if you listen to these, when every one of those fucking bands went way worse. Way fucking worse. I mean, I'll give there's exceptions, like if they're talking about, because they'll throw bands in there like Archgoat and shit. Okay, Archgoat never changed. I'll give them that. Profanatic and shit like that, they didn't change. There's exceptions that they'll throw in there, but a lot of them that they worship, they sure fucking did. Or the other fucking dummies, which on the LCAT video and stuff like that, this category is what's falling in them. It wasn't so much the Sarcophago Beharit fucking Cavalt guys. They'll rip on stuff like, well, yeah, they sell Cradle of Filth and Hot Topic, and they're ripping us. So that's why Cradle of Filth sucks. They didn't say that, but that's what they're insinuating. That's basically why. That band has no credit. Why would you even wear a fucking shirt by them? But I'm telling you right now, every one of these fucking tool bag fools. Okay, so Cradle of Filth is unacceptable. Like, do you like Motorhead? Do you like the Misfits? Do you like fucking Black Sabbath? Do you like Iron Maiden? Iron Maiden you could buy in fucking Walmart. I've seen it. They don't bring up those bands, though. Somebody wearing an Iron Maiden Killers shirt. Crickets. Nothing. Motorhead. You see the pig logo anywhere you go in fucking Hot Topic. I've seen it. Fucking seen it. Misfits. Fucking 3-year-olds wear those shirts. Throw all that in the garbage then. So why is it when Cannibal Corpse started getting selling in Hot Topic? Don't be wrong. I think Hot Topic is annoying, and those people are total fucking canoes and don't listen to metal. So our real bands spilling in them, it is a little bit cringe. I agree. But that doesn't make the band just, throw them in the garbage. I don't listen to them anymore. They suck. Not allowed to wear a shirt. Not allowed to listen to them. Makes no fucking sense. If you're going to make that asinine statement, you better be fucking tearing Sabbath apart. You better be ripping on Motorhead. You better be ripping on all of them too, because those bands are even more guilty of it. Metallica, I don't even need to mention them. Slayer? You out of your fucking mind? Everybody and their mom worships Slayer. Slayer, Grace Man, Slayer done no wrong. Slayer. I know because I see it. And one of the top selling bands that done wrong. First 3 Slayers, I agree. Rain of Blood down. Fucking phenomenal. Love it. You don't think that's being sold at Hot Topic? Give me a fucking break. So how is it if you're wearing a Slayer shirt, that's okay. But if you wear a Cradle of Filth shirt, it's not. If you wear a Cannibal Corpse shirt, it's not. Makes no fucking sense. Those bands are all more guilty, but I've yet to hear anyone rip on Sabbath ever, with the exception of Frazier. Everything Ozzy sings on sucks. Never. Honestly, Motorhead, same thing. Never gets an automatic pass. They sell both those bands in Hot Topic. I know that for a fucking 1,000% fact. Everybody likes those fucking bands, and I'm telling you right now, your nanas, your mamas, your daddies, your aunties, your unkies, your fucking 4-year-old sister, all of them. If you put on first 4 Cradle of Filth, or you put on Motorhead or Black Sabbath, they're going to think that Cradle of Filth is way more shocking, evil, disgusting, horrifying, way over. This Black Sabbath, Bobby, this is really nice. Motorhead, this Ace of Spades is pretty catchy, Billy. I like it. That's what those non-people are going to think. Over the Cradle of Filth, they're going to be appalled by it in comparison. So, yeah. Unless you're going to rip on those bands, shut the fuck up. You look fucking stupid. I've been thinking that for fucking years. I said it back to even Craig agreed. We're talking like, I don't understand. They're ripping on. It was around the time Morbid Angel Heretic came up. At that time, I was like, don't run that album. It was bad and boring. But these same guys that are bringing it up, I was like, quite frankly, it's better than Sarcophago the Worst, from what I remember. It's damn sure better than those fucking 90s Celtic Frost albums. For fucking damn sure it is. Those later stupid Beharits, it's been years since I've heard them. I remember being better than that. So they're dogging it like those. Well, I was like, yeah, it was kind of a sneaky album. It was boring. Don't get me wrong. I didn't need it, but I was like, but you're ripping on that. They get no pass. Like, basically, if you wear a Morbid Angel shirt now, you're a fucking poser. You're worshiping bands that win shittier. It makes no fucking sense. So just a little bit of insight the way the J-Dog mind works. Something that's been on my mind for 15 fucking years, or whatever that Heretic album came out. Was that 06 or some shit? Been thinking this shit since then, and I'm just like, yeah, just put it out there in the open, because if nothing else, think before you fucking speak when you say stuff like that, because quite frankly, you look fucking stupid. Anyways, that's it for this one, Devils. Comments, questions, concerns, you know what the fuck to do. Put them in the comment box, and I'll see you tomorrow. Later, goddammit!